We are yet to hear Newcastle's angle on this, but Clinton Morrison, wow, what do you make of it?
Yeah, well, he's basically saying that he was promised that he could probably leave, and things change, though. That happens at a football club. Newcastle, within their right, they can agree with it to say, we'll let you go, but then they're playing Champions League football, and they want to keep their best players. They don't want to sell their best players. I understand his frustration, saying he wants to go to a club like Liverpool, who are going to be challenging and winning trophies again, but at the end of the day, I think the way he's gone about it is all wrong. And I'll name two players that will probably get moves that have gone about it the right way, and Mark Gay and Eze. They don't speak, they just get on with it and play their football. That's what he probably should have done, got on with it, because eventually the move would have happened to Liverpool. But he has been promised that he would get that move, and it probably ain't happened at the moment.
That's what he says, anyway.
Yeah, that's what he's saying, but I wait to hear from Newcastle.
Contractual agreement.
That's what I'm trying to say, it's not contractual.
He's got 3 years left on his contract.
Yeah, exactly. So Newcastle in their right can say, we're not even going to sell you. But what's the point of keeping a player that's unhappy? He might down tools.
Well, I think that's the thing that smacks to me, Jules. It's desperation now, isn't it? I think it's almost like it's been a game of high-stakes poker, you know, who's going to blink first. Everyone's raising the stakes as it goes on. And it just got to this point where, if we're using that as an analogy, he's gone all in, hasn't he? Like, you know, he's like, what can I do to force this through? Clearly, Liverpool don't want to pay what Newcastle want. And him saying that once the promises were broken, the trust is broken, it's best for him to move on. I can't see any way back from this. I genuinely thought it was getting to the point of maybe they'll come back round, but the fact it's come from him, I think that's it. It has to get done now, I really do.
Courtney, does this statement force Newcastle's hand? Do they have to sell him now?
It does to a degree, and it's hard because then I'm looking at that thinking, one, what the lads have said is spot on. We've all been promised stuff in our career. It doesn't happen. But when you're 25 years of age and you're an international and you're playing in the Premier League, you probably should know better. So I'm asking who's advising him to say what he's saying and do what he's doing and think that actually a promise is OK, because as Clinton said, things in football change. And it's that question of how does it look to everyone else? How do Liverpool see this? Does it break down potentially because they're looking at a player thinking, actually, if he's going to kick off like this, what's he going to do here? Like I say, you've seen it, the sides of it where Wissa, Isak, very similar, whereas Gahey and Eze, they're probably getting on with it. But equally, I get it because I've been within football. I've been promised things and you're frustrated when it doesn't happen. But I think there's probably an element as well as a bit of naivety within this story as well.
£110 million plus add-ons was the bid rejected by Newcastle. Less than 2 weeks left. Tommy Smith in the window. How do you see this resolving?
Well, I don't see any way back at Newcastle now. I really don't. I think that's a really strong statement that he's put out there. Almost enough to say, like, I'm done now at the club. I think it's there. It's in writing. What Newcastle do is one of them. What do you do? What can you do? If you've got a player there who's clearly a top player, he doesn't want to play at the football club anymore. I mean, how much are the fans going to want him at the football club? You know, because one thing that Newcastle fans are is they're, you know, they're very supportive of the team. They're very passionate about the team, and if they've got players in the team who don't want to be there, they're going to want rid.
The precedent it sets, though, isn't it, going forward as a player and just thinking, right, if you kick off and refuse to play, you win the game. That's something that's maybe got to be looked at.
Well, what happens next? We will find out. Watch this space. When promises are broken and trust is lost, the relationship can't continue, says Alexander Isak tonight.